So I'm here with Matt from Planter Day. So Matt, first of all, just like tell us how you got into plants.
I got into plants because plants were therapy to me. As my mother was in the hospital battling cancer, I basically lived in the hospital with her. And I needed some kind of release when I got out of there. I spent like 2 out of every 3 days just sleeping by her side. But when I came home, I was digging in the dirt. You know, I was pulling weeds, and I needed something to do to help, you know, with my own therapy and healing and stress and
Right.
anxiety and everything. So that's kind of how it all started for me. Yeah,
Around
my
that time.
mother always she loved fresh cut flowers. She loved having flowers all around. So my stepfather, he has plants. I mean, he's always been a plant person. He's got a million plants in his house. So you know, between the two of them, there was always fresh cut flowers on the table, and you know, towering dracaenas next to the window. It was great. Yeah.
So while your mom was battling cancer, that was your turning point into plants. And then now you have a mobile trailer truck plant shop.
Yeah. Plants got me through that tough time in my life. So I quit my job in tech. I wanted to give back. I wanted to start something. So that's how Planter Day was born.
So how did it turn into a trailer shop as opposed to selling plants online or selling plants in a storefront?
It's a funny story. I was driving up and down the Bay Area trying to find a store because I had this dream. I want to start a plant store. Nobody would give me a lease. You know, they were like, "What plant store? You don't have a brand. You don't have anything." And so I was like, "Oh, okay. You have a point there. It makes sense." Because like I couldn't kind of like create something out of nothing. I wanted to create my own dream, and I was inspired by like pop-up restaurants and pop-up food shops,
Like
and
food trucks. Like
food
that.
trucks.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And I just love how they could just be anywhere, anytime, and bring the food to the people in that particular neighborhood, in this particular neighborhood.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to do with plants. So I found this old trailer on Craigslist. This guy, he was an electrician. He was retiring, and he wanted to just sell all of his stuff.
Right.
And I told him like, hey, I'm just starting out, so it was kind of like a circle of life kind of thing.
So what was he using the trailer for before you?
He had all of his ladders and electrical equipment in there. When I got the trailer, there was a bunch of broken glass, light bulbs. You know, he was an electrician, so whatever they do. But he sold it to me, and then I sanded and stained the walls. You know, I found some wood on Craigslist. This family got rid of their old oak tree, and I took a few slabs from their oak tree, and I you know, shaved them down and made the shelves for my trailer. I found an old mirror on Craigslist, and I spray painted it gold, and I made a mantelpiece out of it, you know, so that to kind of bring a little bit more light into the trailer, because there was no skylight. Lined it with string lights, and just had fun with it from there.
Okay, so you got your plant trailer shop. You got it filled with plants. Then like, what was the next step? Like like how did you find pop-up events? How did you?
Oh man, that was the craziest part about it. So I started the week that I was about to launch the plant trailer pop-ups. Shelter-in-place hit March 2020, and I was sitting in my living room with like $1,000 worth of plants, and I didn't know what to do. So I started selling them online. You know, I took pictures of the plants, I wrote descriptions, and I put it in a PDF. I don't know why I was thinking so old school, and I sent it out to friends and family. and then they spread the word, and it spread from there. And then I was like, wait, why don't I just switch to Instagram and have that be the catalog? It's
Right,
the
yeah.
business catalog.
Yeah.
So it switched to Instagram and started selling plants through Instagram. And then from there, as like the shelter in place order started, kind of lifting for like outdoor markets and things like that, I was in that category. So I brought the plants to the people.
Right.
We got to partner in various locations in areas within Oakland.
So now, do you contact businesses or other things, like where do you do your pop-ups? How does that work? I have no idea.
Yeah, the first kind of way that we tried to pop up was that there was this empty parking lot near the corner of where we used to live. And I knocked on the owner's door and I was like, hey, can I rent your parking lot out, one Saturday a month and sell plants out of there? There's nobody there, it's a good corner, a lot of visibility. And they're like, sure, pay me $100, rent it out. And it turned into a really nice partnership. We're still friends today.
Cool.
But from there, Tacos Oscar, right? They're a restaurant based here in Oakland, invited us to do a pop-up at their shop. And we were like, plants and tacos? That sounds like a great idea. If you don't like plants and tacos, then I don't like you. And then from there, Temescal Brewing, a brewery,
So they just reach
contacted
out.
us.
They just keep like reaching out.
They reached out and they said, "Oh, do you want to sell plants? We're having an event.
Plants and beer?
Plants and beer." We were like, "I love plants and I love beer. I'm in." And then, and it kind of snowballed from there into partnerships with a bagel shop, a cafe, a coffee roaster, Red Bay Coffee, right here in Oakland. So. Good stuff.
That's good, and it's like it seems like these small businesses, local businesses, right? Like people, grassroots, just like you.
Yeah,
right? So you're just like supporting, giving back to the sort of the community.
Giving back to the community. Yeah, a lot of them are owned by people of color. A lot of them are, and a few of them were also started during the pandemic. Yeah. So. We just connected with each other on many levels.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How's the reception been? Like, I mean, I'm trying to think. I go to a brewery and there's a plant shop nearby. I'm in.
Yeah. Right. No brainer. The reception's been good. It's been good, and I'm very thankful. Very thankful because. There are a lot of new plant shops that have popped up during the pandemic. A lot, and a lot of us are friends. Dear friends. I think it's the responsibility of anybody, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, whoever. I'm not in that category by any means, but as an entrepreneur, I feel like it's the responsibility to give back to the community that you live and sell and hire people and work in. And that's exactly what.
Because those are the people that are keeping you afloat, right?
Oh yeah.
Those are the people that are giving you the business, right?
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Help starts at home. And that's the number one lesson that my mother taught me. Help starts at home. You got to help your community thrive so that that can spread and and they can help others and more and more and more.
Ripples, right? Like start the ripples or help the ripples.
Exactly.